Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to Arena Lacrosse League action here at Children's Arena. We have the St. Catharines Shockwave with the ball running right to left, facing the Oshawa Outlaws. This is a makeup game from week 5. There's the first shot of the game is taken. It goes wide from Steve Lee. And because it's a week 5 makeup game, we're playing 4-on-4 lacrosse. If you weren't around at that point, it was an experimental weekend trying out the 4-on-4 concept. Here's John St. John going to the net, passes backdoor. Nice save by the starting goaltender, Grant Crawley. At the other end, Ryan Schutzkowski is between the pipes for Oshawa, who sit 3-6 on the season so far. St. Catharines, the defending champions, are 4-4. St. Catharines has been very good when they've had enough players. They're a little short again tonight. They have just 11 runners. So with the 4-on-4, expect some fatigue as the game goes on. Oshawa has 14. A bit of a tough night for both teams getting everyone out. Jake Strocher hands it off. There's Alex Simons. Goes down into the corner. And Josh Guillory will take his time, gets it up to Gage Board. St. John gets a pick from Board. Ducks through the middle, shoots. It's a little wide. Gets away from the defenders, but it's over and back. It's going to be tracked down there by Saul Vanderzom. His brother Isaac will be playing up front tonight. Usually more of a D-training guy, but both teams listing 5 forwards tonight with the 4-on-4. You can go a little bit lower. Here's a drive by Brian Neufeld, one of the top scorers in the league. His pass doesn't quite connect with Vanderzom. There's Patrick McCrory all over him. Vanderzom gets it back momentarily, but Clofer on him. Clofer kind of pulls him down. Oshawa comes up with the ball. Nice pick up there on the far side by Mike Vertoli. Connor Laird standing up for an offensive shift. St. John hard rip, but it's stopped by Crawley. Scooped one-handed there by Kyler Kilgore. Kilgore, the son of legendary coach and player Darius Kilgore. There's the first goal of the game. Brian Neufeld, one of the leading scorers in the league. McCrory and Lee once again at the faceoff dot. It's going to be Board getting in after it, but eventually Oshawa does come up with the ball. Board takes the pass. He's got Tompkinson ahead. Nice save, Crawley, and swallows up the rebound. Tompkinson with some pressure on the forecheck. So with the 4-on-4 play, it's basically regular rules. We stay 4-on-4. Now the one difference is if there's a penalty, a player does not come off for the offending team. There's a save by Schutzkowski. The team going to the power play actually adds a player to go 5-on-4. Neufeld down low, wide open, but unable to make the catch with Seamus Shanahan wearing his Irish lacrosse gloves. Here's a chance right in the middle. Nice save by Crawley and gets on his crossbar because he didn't know where the rebound of that Alex Simons shot was going. Outlet pass to Isaac Vanderzom. Tries to feed it through, gets it in. Nice catch. Spinning by Quinn Halligan, gets the shot off, but Schutzkowski with the stop. Vertoli triple teamed. Didn't find an outlet, so the ball's turned over. Nice little swim move by Vanderzom. He gets it to Saul Vanderzom. There's Talon Badaway. Western Canadian coming into Ontario to play in the Arena Lacrosse League and get some great level experience. Schutzkowski comes up with that ball. Lob ahead to Strocher. Sorry, that's Clofer, who will hand it off to St. John. St. John leading the league in points and assists, 20 goals and 44 assists for 64 points entering this game. There's Luke Laskowitz, who's the top sniper in the league at this point. As Laskowitz with 34 goals. He's also had 21 assists, give him 55 points. That's good for 5th in the league. Cody Menzies is at the top. See St. Catharines kind of spreading it out, trying to open up that middle, which is what this 4-on-4 format can do if you deploy your troops appropriately. Neufeld, shovel pass, doesn't quite connect with Shanahan. Here's Laird on the run, all alone, takes a look back, takes his time, just bounces one home. Boy, it's tough for a goalie when an on-rushing attacker has all that time to consider what he wants to do. McCrory coming up with the ball, flips it behind his back, gets it there to Board. He's got Henry Archer on the far side. And McCrory, they're going to slow it down. Henry Archie's staying for the offensive shift. There's Simons. St. John coming out as the second lefty. You will occasionally see a team go 3 lefties or 3 righties. Generally, they're going to go 2 and 2. Archie steps around, gets a sidearm shot off, but it was blocked. Badaway playing some defense. Everyone's going to be playing everywhere for a bit for St. Catharines. This is a very good team. Just it's challenging when you're limited in your numbers. A little spin there by Van der Zom. Up top to Menzies. Neufeld had to pop out of his stick. Interesting. I'm not sure if his stick's a little different. We'll talk about it in a sec. Here's a chance on the break for Ryan Nolan. Scores! That'll wipe out the penalty. It was coming for an illegal change. Nolan tucks it home. Another breakaway goal for the Outlaws. McCrory and Kilgore going after that draw, and McCrory will come away with possession going to Connor Laird for Oshawa. Laird heads to the bench. We're all tied up 2-2. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action. Week 5 action here in week 11. Sorry, I figured that out. Simons trying to fight through the check. Really diligent checking by Kyler Kilgore. St. John late in the shot clock, just going to have to fire one. Crawley stops it. And a penalty coming. It's going to be St. John for grabbing the stick of Saul Van der Zom and tossing it across the floor. Not really a particularly wise penalty. Oh, that one's off the post. Nice attempt there by Quinn Halligan. So, again, as the power play comes, it will be the addition of a player for St. Catharines rather than an Oshawa player going off. So St. John will go to the box. St. Catharines will send out an extra player, Seamus Shanahan, coming to join the power play offense. And then when St. John's penalty expires, if St. Catharines doesn't score and there are no more penalties, he'll be released and we'll play 5-on-5 until the next stoppage. And at that point, we will go back to the 4-on-4. Now, Oshawa's only got 3 players on the floor, I think. Oh, wait, are there 2 penalties? There are 2 penalties up. Vertoli is going now. We'll hear the announcement and see what these calls are. Maybe. Neufeld, backdoor pass. Backdoor again, and tapped home. Lovely passing, and a fairly easy finish for Talon Badaway. So 7:46 to play as St. Catharines taps home a power play goal to make it 3-2. St. John is released. He went to the bench for the face-off team, and now we are back at 5-on-4. Shanahan running out to be the 5th attacker as Menzies goes to the top. No, he doesn't go to Neufeld. Now he does. Over to Badaway. Sidearm rip and scores. Cody Menzies finds a little hole. You can hear a bang off of Ryan Schutzkowski, but not enough of it for Schutzkowski, and in it goes 4-2. Very quick back-to-back power play goals, St. Catharines. Henry Archie scoops up the loose ball. Oshawa will see if they can add to their 2-goal total. Both of them coming in transition so far, so they haven't generated anything off the 4-on-4 offense. That one didn't work out as it was wide, but it goes straight back out. John St. John gets it. There's Alex Simons. Looks up to Laskowitz. Pulls it down, pulls it back up. Nice defense there. What a job by Blake Dunford. I'm not going to lie, I'm not very familiar with Blake Dunford, but that was a terrific shift. And now he comes up with the loose ball. Let's see how he handles the pressure. I may have jinxed him. St. John fakes to the back door. There was no cutter there. Gets a shot that's wide. It went off the defender, not the goalie. Alex Simons picks it up. 3 righties, and Laskowitz is saying, swing out, get the ball. I'll set a pick for you. And Archie, a little sidearm shot. Not a bad chance. Crawley swallows it up, though. Long outlet pass for Neufeld. He gets up out of play. And we will have our first media timeout of the game. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action. Full floor pressure from the Shockwave. There's Saul Vanderzom on top of Gage Board. Board, pretty athletic, just runs out of trouble and hands it off to Laskowitz, who goes to the net. Oh, a bit of a break for St. Catharines because Laskowitz is usually money from there. Kyler Kilgore comes away with the loose ball, whips it ahead to Vanderzom, Isaac Vanderzom. Hits Neufeld, the stop by Schutzkowski, and then they couldn't quite corral the rebound. Here's a 2-on-1. Tompkinson sends Laird over to his side, gets it back. Textbook 2-on-1 break. Tompkinson and Laird, and Tompkinson buries the goal. A third transition goal for Oshawa. Lee pulls it straight behind his legs, but it goes to Laird, who was going for his second goal. He's already got an assist as well. Then McCrory tries to go behind the back, but Crawley bounces a pass ahead. Now, Brian Neufeld, I was going to mention, he dropped the ball there. He dropped a pass earlier. And actually watching him in warm-up, he dropped a couple of times. The ball just popping out of his stick. And he's one of the best ball handlers in the league. He's a perennial leading scorer. I'm not sure if there's just something going on with his stick tonight because it's uncharacteristic for him to have trouble like that. See if he can maybe switch something up at halftime. Gage Board. These are for St. John. Lots of room as these isolating St. John. Underhand shot from Laskowitz, and Crawley stops it. Boy, Oshawa was in Peterborough last week, and I was surprised that Laskowitz hadn't scored through 3 quarters. There's a shot by Vanderzom, the save by Schutzkowski. And then he got a hat trick in rapid order in the 4th quarter. He's so dangerous. And a diving goal there. What a finish by Isaac Vanderzom. A little change of pace for Oshawa as Ryan Nolan comes out to take the face-off against Lee. And Lee's going to win it. Will they get possession, though? He definitely pulled it out. Oh, it goes straight to Simons. Got away from him. Here's a chance for Nolan. That one was blocked by a defender. Off the padding, so it probably didn't hurt. Fortunately, because that was a pretty hard shot from the sounds of it. Here's Simons. He's going to rip one. Crawley stops it. Archie comes up with a rebound straight out to Simons. That's going to go over and back, but there's a penalty coming. So with the 5-on-4, Laskowitz is at the top as Oshawa goes strong right. Over to Simons. Gilray's low, but he has the shot instead. It's off Crawley. It's going to go back over center. Laskowitz just taps it. Not quite far enough. Then Vanderzom couldn't come up with it. He does pick it up as Simons was tapping at it, swinging at it. It's popping loose. Nobody able to corral until Laskowitz finally comes away with it. Quinn Halligan on him. Outlet pass. Here's Simons. Down to Gilray. Oh, tried to get it to St. John. May have been tipped on the way across. I think that was Stephen Lee may have got a stick on it. Oh, St. John, the big whack on Halligan. Doesn't dislodge the ball. Halligan gets the shot off. Rebound scooped up by Jake Strocher up to Gage Board. Oh, what a rip. Alex Simons. Board saw the opportunity for the trailer, lobbed it over to Simons, who just loaded up the crow hop and banged it home. So it's 5-4 with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And all 4 of Oshawa's goals in transition. That last one was getting close to the settle low, but they were still there's some flux still. See how Oshawa does in this 4-on-4 set. As Gilray will take that pass, and they're going to hang on for a second, get everybody out. It's St. John, the fourth man out. It's down to Laskowitz. Finds St. John. Steps around the pick, feeds it down low. Great catch by Gilray in the goal. There's a 4-on-4 goal and a beauty, especially the catch by Josh Gilray. (5-5) with 3:01 to go here in the first. And everyone thought with 4-on-4 play we're going to get very high-scoring games. They were in Week 5 a little higher scoring than usual, but not, running away with things. But at this point, we are on pace for about 22-22. So we'll see if it keeps going. I feel like guys are going to get a bit tired. Whether that increases the scoring or decreases it, we'll see. Oh, great pass. Nice catch by Board. St. John's going to track down the rebound. Good hustle by him. It's knocked away by Kilgore. Over to Laskowitz. He's going to backpedal and flip it to Simons. Board cuts through the middle. Simons shoots, and that's going to get up into the rafters. St. Catharines pushes it up a little. Saul Vandersheim across center. I know they were saying, I heard the St. Catharines guys in there huddled just before the opening faceoff saying, huddling around the goalie in the crease saying, let's go. We go to the wall, just push it. Just go as long as we can, as hard as we can. And they're going as long and hard as he can. As Cody Menzies, his second of the game. Great little spin move and tucks it past Shutzkowski. St. Catharines restores the lead, 6-5 with 2:07 to play. Henry Archie's going to take a holding penalty. The ball pops loose. Laird picks it up, and not long after the faceoff from the goal by St. Catharines to put them back in front. So the Shockwave up 6-5. And over to Badaway. Shanahan gets it down low, swinging among the lefties for the moment. There's Menzies. They get it to the back door, where Vandersheim was the last guy to touch. There's a shot, comes back out. Badaway goes back to the top, gets the return pass. Catherine's down low to Vandersheim. Now, was it? It did not touch the goal. It gets out of play, so it's Oshawa ball. Tompkinson pushes it ahead to Board. Now they'll slow down. St. Catharines gets the defenders out for the penalty kill. Again, it's 5-on-4 when a team's on the power play, as you add a player rather than taking one away from the 4-on-4. I think the main rationale for that is if you get a penalty on one side, it's 4-on-3, and then the one on the other side is 3-on-3, or it's 4-on-4, and then you get one that's 4. If you get, it would go 3-on-3, and if you get a penalty, then it would be a penalty shot. But you don't want that when there's only one penalty per team and then another one. Because as is in the NLL and ALL rules, of course, at 5-on-5, when you get down to 3 runners, you got 2 guys in the box. If there's another penalty, they don't stack. It's a penalty shot. Final minute. Final minute of the first quarter. 6-5 for St. Catharines. Nice job by Laird to strip the ball, and then the outlet pass to Board on the run. Nobody near him. Another transition goal. That's 5 of them for the Oshawa Outlaws. Evens it up at 6-6 with 34.7 to play in the first. $34.7 to go. 33 on the penalty to Oshawa. McCrory came up going for the ball. Didn't have it, though. And St. Catharines gets it. It's grabbed there on the far side. Here comes Halligan. Tried to pass it across, but Laird got in the way. He is having a game. What a first quarter for Connor Laird. There's McCrory. Heads up play to just shovel it to open space and let Strocher run onto it. Strocher looks at Laird, but he was picked up nicely by Tyler O'Brien. 8 seconds in the quarter. Goalie is out, so we're 5-on-5. St. John has it. 3 seconds to Simons. Laskowitz will rip it. It's wide. And we'll go to the half. All tied up 6-6, or the quarter. All tied up 6-6. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action at Children's Arena. McCrory and Lee at the dot again. We're back to 4-on-4. It's Oshawa 6, St. Catharines 6 here in the Arena Lacrosse League. Great drive by Tompkinson, but Talon Badaway with a good defensive play. St. John gets a rebound. Another shot saved by Crawley. Badaway up to Neufeld. And away we go. Neufeld seeing what he's got. Shanahan. Straight back to Neufeld. Then drives the middle. It's going to set a pick. Nice job on the far side defense by Allen and Strocher. Not allowing anything to open up. There's the opening, though. Great two-man game by Lee and Menzies. Here's a chance for Clofer now. He sees Shanahan right on him, so he's just going to scoop the ball to himself. Oh, backdoor to St. John. Nobody around him, but that's in the belly pad of Grant Crawley. He is not going to be happy with himself. You can see St. John shaking his head. Might have had too much time. Sometimes you're better to just react than have time to think about what you're going to do with the ball. Here's Shanahan. Hits the cutter, Vanderzam. He's stripped, bounces back to him, and they go to Shanahan. Loads it up, goes to Neufeld, but missed. This is a break. Can Strocher get there? He'll get the ball. They're going to call the over and back. So they send Strocher into the corner. You can't start right over by the crease. It has to be a good 10, 15 feet away. I'm not sure the exact number from the rule. Here's Nolan. Tries to drive underneath. Nice recovery by Kyler Kilgore. Nolan up to Laskowitz. What a rip. Luke Laskowitz. That is why they call him Laser. Plus his last name's Laskowitz. But what a shot. 13:33 to go, and Oshawa has moved ahead 7-6. Popped out, and Tompkinson comes up with it. Badaway picks him up. Laskowitz. Oh, my goodness. Back-to-back lasers from Luke Laskowitz, and it's 8-6 Oshawa. A minute 36 into the second quarter, and Luke Laskowitz is going off for Oshawa. We'll see what comes next. Here's Henry Archie. He'll step to the middle. Thought about having to go. Pass it off to Board instead. St. John has Laskowitz at the back door, and that one, you knew he was going to score on that one. And Grant Crawley gives him a tap on the bucket. That's just not fair. Luke Laskowitz one-on-one with the goalie. .13:09 to play, and three straight Luke Laskowitz goals have given Oshawa a 3-goal lead. I'm going to have to get Commissioner Paul St. John to pour through the Arena Lacrosse League archives and see if anybody's ever scored 3 goals in less time than Laskowitz, who takes it now, directs Archie into the middle. A little pick from Archie Laskowitz, looking for the pass, gets it to Archie. Oh, it handcuffs him. Here's a breakaway. It's a chance for Saul Vanderzam. Nice save by Schutzkowski, who pounces on the rebound, looks up the floor, gets Gage Board. Laskowitz is down the floor. Board's going to peel out. He'll stay for the O, hands it to St. John. Laird's going to head off, and Alex Simons will come on the floor and get the pass. There's Laskowitz. Hasn't scored for over 30 seconds. St. John pulls it down, shovels it out. Hard sidearm rip by Board is stopped. Board trucks on in to get the rebound. It's popped loose, but Simons is there for the loose ball. Laskowitz. Nice job so far by the D. Oh, and then St. John behind the back. He'll track down his own rebound after the Crawley save. Up to Simons. Board gets it to Laskowitz at the top. On-rushing defender Vanderzam might have affected that one, but Crawley still had to make the stop. It's tapped ahead, now scooped up by Kilgore. 2-on-1. Nice pass. Oh, the stop by Schutzkowski, though. Stoning Vanderzam. Here's the outlet pass from Strocher, and Alex Simons will slow things down, get the offense out. St. John hustles out to take a pass. Gilray throws it to the right side and then heads over there. No need for help, though, as Simons saw some space on the near post and bounced one home. 10-6, the Outlaws are on the roll. Boy, McCrory and Lee came out. They weren't sure where the ball was. It was sitting in the center dot. St. Catharines gets it, and it leads to a chance as Blake Dunford passed it to Brian Neufeld, but Neufeld banked it off the top of the crossbar and up out of play. Fresh 30, and plays blown in. Menzies to Neufeld. That one was tipped out front. Oh, nice little behind the back shot from Vanderzam. But McCrory comes away with the rebound, switches hands, switches back, shovels it. That's going to be over and back, but it's actually going to be a breakaway. Badaway gets it ahead. And that was, everybody was kind of on the wrong sides. They didn't have enough time to switch, but had too much time to think. I don't know. Didn't quite work. A pretty good shot chance by Tyler O'Brien, but it was stopped by Shuskowski. Out of play, fresh 30 for St. Catharines. Neufeld cuts through the middle. Nicely picked up by Tompkinson. They're clearly aware of the ever-dangerous Brian Neufeld. Sidearm rips off the post. Oh, it's rolling behind Shuskowski. Shades of the earlier goal that went in either off him or off the spin. But this time he's able to pounce on the loose ball. Gilray runs over center. 10-6 Outlaws. 10:15 to go in the half. Laskowitz his shot was swallowed up by Crawley that time. Here comes Halligan. Leaves it for Neufeld and heads to the bench for an attacker. With Stephen Lee taking that pass as he comes onto the floor. Left it there. Sets a pick. Menzies trying to spin through, but he was well checked. Oshawa's defense did a pretty nice job of taking away space. Oh, that went off of Neufeld. It's going to be an over and back because he was trying to protect it from getting back. Neufeld looks like he's going to stay for defense. It's a long way to the bench. Didn't want to leave Oshawa to start up with nobody there to check. St. John was thinking about the diving dunk attempt, but they were on to him. Simons. Thought about feeding Gilray, who was kind of run over. He threw on the brakes, and his defender landed on top of him. That shot from Board gets wide, gets knocked away. Nice grab by Gilray. They're down to 8 to shoot. It's stripped. He couldn't quite pick it up with Badaway all over him. 5 on the shot clock. He still doesn't have the ball. Badaway doesn't have to pick it up now. You just let it go. And it'll be St. Catharines' possession. 9:14 to go in the second. 10-6 Oshawa. St. Catharines giving up 4 straight. Need to kind of settle things down a little. It's not going that badly. Oh, that is not what they needed. The pass just tipped off a forward stick and just onto the top of the boards and out of play. But a couple inches too far to stay in. Laskowitz from the bench to Tompkinson. Nice save by Crawley. Rolls into the corner where St. John comes up with it. Oh, and he walks out pretty much untouched to the top of the crease. They get a bit of a break. St. Catharines, and now they've got a chance at the other end. Vanderzam thought about going out to Neufeld, rips it, bouncer home. And he says, nice pass, Saul Vanderzam. And it's 10-7. St. Catharines back within 3, 8:35 to go in the half. McCrory and Kilgore. McCrory pulls it out. Kilgore kind of tied him up, but McCrory saw Archie would get it. So he lets him and then goes, picks up the loose ball. Laird takes it. Forward streaming off the bench for Oshawa. Laird will be the last one off, and that will bring Board out. Laskowitz over to St. John. Board sets a pick. There's the roll. Oh, the pass was there, but boy, that was coming through some traffic. It would have been a great catch by Board. Crawley under some pressure. He's just going to fling it down the floor. And it works. It gets to Neufeld, and there's a wide open Vanderzam. Not sure Neufeld liked the passing lane he had there. So he decided to hold on to it. Now we're going to say through the crease and then first to play it, or first to receive a pass. So it'll be Oshawa possession. Tompkinson is already down the floor. Hits St. John. Nice save, Crawley. Boy, John St. John is a very high-level scorer. Oh, there's Laskowitz with his 4th. I'm going to say St. John is a high-level scorer, but he has been stoned a little bit tonight. But Crawley does not have Luke Laskowitz's number, and it's 11-7 Outlaws. Kilgore comes away with the loose ball. Sharply stays on the offensive side. Oh, there's a goal by Seamus Shanahan on his offside, but just quick catch and release, perfect placement to sneak it by Shuskowski. It's a face-off violation for Oshawa, so St. Catharines will have the ball when we return to Arena Lacrosse League action in Children's Arena, Oshawa. St. Catharines will start with possession with 7:37 to play. It's 11-8 for Oshawa over the defending champion Shockwave. Seamus Shanahan off to the far side. Menzies pulls it down, tries to make a pass through, but couldn't connect with Lee. Shanahan does get it back. Clofer on him. Tompkinson gets up onto Neufeld. You can see him coming as the pass was arriving. They get the pass, the shot, but the save by Schutzkowski, who's been pretty sharp. I mean, I guess he's given up 8 goals, but there's a lot of shots tonight. Laird over center. Comes to Gilray off the bench. Tompkinson will head off for the 4th attacker. It was Gage Board. Gilray. Isolated. Gets through, dives. Stopped, and it's in the gear of Grant Crawley. Not a bad little play. And it's a goal? I was actually looking at it. I thought play had been blown dead because it was in Crawley, but wow. I guess that's a Josh Gilray goal. Nolan pounces on the loose ball. Neufeld pressuring him. He gets away. Neufeld's going to go to the bench. It's a 4-on-3. Neufeld's up the floor. If they can get it back, they're in good shape. But Archie drives to the net. Save by Crawley. And Schutzkowski comes out well out of his net so that they don't have a wide open Neufeld. It's an interesting situation developing there for a minute. St. John spins away from his opposite number 7, Isaac Vanderzam, and the pass shoveled towards Board goes into the Oshawa bench. And St. Catharines will get the ball. So 12-8, Oshawa leads. Bataway, wide open lane to the net, scores. The talented youngster created some space, and there was no help coming. He just bangs it past Schutzkowski. That makes it 12-9 with 6:10 to go here in the half. And Tompkinson comes up with a loose ball off the faceoff, drives to the net, passes it off. Laskowitz rips it low, but Crawley has the stop in his stick. Looking up the floor, sidearm, nice pass to Halligan. He's 1-on-2. He's going to have to step back. Pressure from Nolan. Tries to find Neufeld. Oh, that's a pretty nice catch. Snagging it on the short hop and then takes the shot. Stopped by Schutzkowski. And the St. Catharines defenders may not be thanking him for that quick shot because they're going to have to run back out for another defensive shift. And with 11 runners, they don't have a lot of spare bodies. Actually, looking over, you can see Quinn Halligan, the only defender in his end of the bench. Okay, here comes St. Catharines again the other way. Bataway trying to take the pass from Vanderzam, but it was a little far, and then he can't get it off the boards. It's grabbed there by Laskowitz. Sidearm to Gilray. So Oshawa will have 3 righties, and St. John on the far side. Laskowitz zips to St. John. Fakes, steps around, shoots. Nice save, Crawley. St. John will pressure Halligan, but he gets the pass out very calmly to Saul Vanderzam. Vanderzam gets away from Vertoli, spins and shoots, but the stop by Schutzkowski. Vanderzam, though, hard work, gets it back, and we'll head down to Neufeld. Menzies into some space, tries to get it through to Lee, gets away, and Schutzkowski with the outlet to Vertoli, but it's loose. Lee going after it. Kicks it back inadvertently, but it almost got it to his man. That's going to be an 8-second count. So the pressure from Stephen Lee gets the ball back for St. Catharines. They're pushing to try and tie it. They trail 12-9 with 4:14 to go in the first half. Menzies through traffic, shoots and scores off the inside of the post. And in. Great shot, Menzies, on the little toe drag and twister far side. So 4:10 to go, 12-10 the score. St. Catharines back within 2. McCrory pulls it out, Nolan pulls it out, but it goes to Neufeld. And we have an over and back call. I'm not sure why. It's just off the face-off. Now it's a too many men call. Illegal substitution on Oshawa. So we go to 5-on-4. Again, we add a man for the power play. Oh, it might not have been a long one, but Shutkowski makes the backdoor save on Vanderzom. There's pressure from Shanahan. Oshawa's running low. They do get it across center, but the ball is loose. Gage Board will track it down. Nice job to get it back, and Oshawa is going to the penalty kill, leading 12-10. So just again, quickly and hopefully more succinctly and clearly, we play 4-on-4. When there's a penalty, you add a player rather than subtracting one because you don't want to get to a 3-on-3 situation where if there's another penalty, there's a penalty shot. So you add the player so you can be a bit more normal with the power plays. As we experiment with 4-on-4 this weekend in the Arena Lacrosse League, again, a makeup game from week 5 when it was snowed out. So we're 5-on-4 for St. Catharines, Badaway up to Neufeld. That's Menzies down to Vanderzom on the far side. Oh no, that's Stephen Lee on the power play. That one skips off the boards, but it's grabbed by Badaway. 7 to shoot. Neufeld, hard rip, low to high, but it's swallowed up under the arm of Shutkowski. Board and Tompkinson push the pace, then pull it out. Wisely taking some penalty kill time. Tompkinson is going to go back over center. 15 on the shot clock. Wow, they're opting to go 3-on-5 and let Gage Board just run around, and Tompkinson's just going to go play defense. Hard pass to Laskowitz. Tell you, the strategy's working because there's only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. That's an over and back as it's grabbed by Board, and there was 1 second on the 30. Huh. There you go. 24 on the power play. 2:24 now in the half. Neufeld and Tallow and Badaway invert. Gets away from Neufeld. He tracks it down. Nolan on him. They are ultra aware of Brian Neufeld, as they should be, with an opponent who's got 61 points. That shot by Badaway is wide. That'll be an over and back. Tompkinson's going to go after it. He wants the quick restart. There's only 3 seconds left on the penalty. They'll be coming to 5-on-5 in just a moment. Now into the final 2 minutes of the first half. We are at 5-on-5 till the next stoppage. Simons goes low, watched by Halligan. Up to Laskowitz. Thought about the shot, they come out at him. Kyler Kilgore watching Laskowitz. He hands it off. Simons to St. John, goes behind the net. They try to flip one through, but Badaway got a piece of stick on it. That outlet pass is a little bit too far for Dunford. And Oshawa's got possession again. Board's going to step across center. That pass didn't get through from Laskowitz to Gilray, but it was tapped away. Gilray can't take that pass. That's through the crease. He looked surprised, but that was, I thought, quite clear that he was in the crease after the earlier pass didn't get through. You can't be the first guy to take a pass. He's going to stay down the floor, see if he can get another chance. Vanderzom fighting off the double team. Gets a pick from Shanahan. Still fighting to get to the net. Laird staying with him. There's Neufeld as we enter the final minute of this first half. Shanahan fights through traffic, runs around everybody, gets a shot off, but Shutkowski makes the save. He's running out of time on the 4-second count. Somehow gets it ahead to an inexplicably open Pat McCrory. Oh, his pass was a little behind Laskowitz, but he tracks it off the boards. It gets away from him. McCrory misses it. It's a hot potato. Halligan has it. Can he hold on to it? He can. Runs through traffic. Laskowitz with the swat on the hip. No penalty, and that pass is knocked down by Laird. And here comes Gilray the other way. Archie to the bench. Oh, that was close. St. John was very quick off the bench as his defender was racing to try and get him loose. 14 in the half. Shutkowski comes out for the 5-on-4. Actually, the 6-on-5, and it's a goal. What a rip from the outside by Gage Board. We had not yet had a stoppage, so it was still 5-on-5 lacrosse. They bring the extra attacker out. I'm not sure he was even in the play before Board lasered that one home, and it's 13-10 for Oshawa. Just 7.9 seconds to go, and we may never get the face-off out of the center circle. Yeah, it's not going to happen. The half will come to a close with the Oshawa Outlaws leading the St. Catharines Shockwave 13-10. I'm Stephen Stamp. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. More Arena Lacrosse League action coming up after halftime. And of course, we have to do anything we ask. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. It's 13-10 for the Oshawa Outlaws over the St. Catharines Shockwave. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action at Children's Arena. We're going to have an explanation for you on the somewhat confusing Shockwave goal earlier. Not yet, though, as a chance for Vanderzom will go wide. Bounces out to Schutzkowski. Now's a good time. So the shot went in, it was the Outlaws goal. Shot went in behind Crawley, who has been replaced, by the way, by Austin Patty for the second half. And head referee Mike Sullivan thought the ball was in the goalie's pads because he heard it hit the pads of Crawley, but it hit him, bounced into the net, and the mesh had wrapped around the post, so it was dangling there. The shot from St. John goes wide, that's going to get up out of play, St. Catharines' ball. So it was actually in the net the whole time. That's why even though the whistle was blown, the goal could be called because it was in before the whistle ever went. And the other official came in and let Sullivan know, so good job for them conferring and clearing it up. I was confused. You were probably confused, but now we know exactly what happened. Badaway tries to lob it through. Not sure who it was going to, but doesn't get to any of them. Henry Archie has it. Brian Neufeld with 8 points so far for St. Catharines. Some others maybe pushing as a shot by Gilray. Snagged by Patty. He's looking down the floor. Outlet to Neufeld. Just too far for him. Schutzkowski grabs it. But they may be chasing the record set earlier in the season by Luke Laskowitz of 14 points in a game. Laskowitz had 8 goals and 6 assists in that game. He's got 4 tonight already. St. John sheds a checker behind the back to Board. Wide open chance for Gilray. Went low to high. It was a little too high. Board grabs it. Penalty coming to St. Catharines. Hard shot by Simons. St. Catharines grabs the ball, and that will blow play down with 13:33 to play in a 13-10 Oshawa lead. Laskowitz at the top. That's Simons. Gilray the other right. He gets it. St. John on board on this side. Backdoor attempt doesn't quite get there. The Vanderzoms are both there. There's 8 Saul and 7 Isaac playing some D on the penalty kill. Backdoor pass. Nice save. And spinning to try and grab it. It's Blake Dunford, but it gets away from him. Kyler Kilgore is the other penalty killer. They're shifting pretty fluidly between the box and the diamond. Oh, but it doesn't matter as Alex Simons cuts through traffic. Low shot sneaks through Austin Patty and is 14-10 on the power play goal. Here's a chance right off the face-off. Nice trail check by Quinn Halligan just to get a bit of Zach Tompkinson's stick. Great chance for Tompkinson. Oshawa has been running all night long. Pretty smart strategy when they've got 14 runners and St. Catharines has just 11. Try and tire out this visiting team, who for the most part had further to drive. There's a shot by Vanderzom, but it didn't quite get on. Also not getting on target is the pass from Schutzkowski intended for Laird. Patty hands it off to Seamus Shanahan. We are back to 4-on-4 after the power play goal. Again, this is a Week 5 makeup game, and that was the 4-on-4 experiment weekend. So pass doesn't get to Neufeld. Nolan had to come off the boards and kind of bounce away from him. Goes to Neufeld, who left it behind. He didn't get over center, so there's no over and back concern. Gets it to Vanderzom, who fights for the one check, shoots. Nice chance, but the save by Schutzkowski, throwing up the arm. Gets it back, goes to the net again. This time it's grabbed by Menzies, and they're going to slow things down, set up the offense. Badaway comes back to the near side. 3 lefties for St. Catharines. Menzies, the only righty, trying to fight through traffic. It's popped away. He won't get there. That's going to be an over and back. Pretty smart play, actually, to swat it back, because until play's blown down, it's not going to be delay of game if you knock it away. So that way he forced Oshawa to go back and pick it up in their end. But still a great chance. The save by Patty as Gilray was just left unmarked. Cut in for the shot, but he stopped. St. Catharines comes away with it. Kilgore on the run. He's got Halligan with him. Pulls up. He'll smartly just step out. 11-11 to play in the third quarter. Gives it to Neufeld. Boy, Neufeld, not the flashiest player, but he puts up a ton of points because he is involved in everything for St. Catharines. He's always making things happen like that. He handed the ball to Talon Badaway, who races in and tucks one home from his offside. Nice little shot, Badaway. Tyler O'Brien, 63 for St. Catharines, out for another face-off, but McCrory pulls it back to Tompkins. Oh, Mike Sullivan gets flat, Matt Chamois gets flat, and we're going to have play blow down. And Matt Chamois looks up and says, "What? I'm fine." Matt Chamois a tough guy. He's played. He's reffed. He's done a lot of things in this game. They just want to make sure he's all right. And he says, "Yeah, I'm golden." But we will have a redraw. And one of the players on the, someone standing on the Oshawa bench in a suit, I think it might be Ryan McCrory. Kind of guessing a little bit from across the floor, but he's saying it's our ball. We had it. But I think we may have still been being contested. McCrory and O'Brien once again. O'Brien, a better battle on that one, but McCrory pulled it out, and Tompkinson once again swoops in to get it, goes to the net. Pretty good recovery defense there by Dunford. I'm becoming a Blake Dunford fan. Tompkins still with it, gets to Gilray, but it can't quite catch it. St. John going after the ball as Patty was trying to corral it outside his crease. Seamus Shanahan straight back. Neufeld, what a great touch shot. Takes the pass from Saul Vanderzam. A little nice back and forth passing with Vanderzam and Shanahan. And then Neufeld tucks it home. So make it 10 points now for Brian Neufeld. And it's 14-12 with 10-12 to go here in the third quarter. Nobody quite knows where the ball is. It's in the Oshawa bench, and it'll be their possession. Tompkinson put his hand up to let him know it was there, picked the ball up, leaves it for Simons, who hands it off to St. John. Picked up by Vanderzam. Across to Laskowitz, who gives it off to Simons. They try to hit board cutting through middle, couldn't catch it. Now Vanderzam can't pick it up. Kyler Kilgore gets it, shovels it ahead. Vanderzam runs onto it. He's one-on-one with St. John. Only white jerseys coming with him to help. He's on his own. He's going to get a shot stopped by Schutzkowski. It'll be all Oshawa on the rebound. Gilray. Slowing things down. Gets it up to Simons. Shoots on the run on the cross step. Did it touch him? No, it's going to be an over and back on Oshawa. St. Catharines gets possession, and Neufeld will jog down into the corner to get it. That ball actually rolled off the boards into the crease. It'll be tossed over to Neufeld to start. Nolan on him. Loses him. They pick up, gets it to Shanahan. Shanahan to Neufeld. Nice job by Nolan to tap that one away. Shanahan picked up the loose ball. Shanahan back to Neufeld. Three lefties, his battery's at the top. Oh, what a rip by Neufeld. I may have said earlier he isn't really flashy. That's a pretty flashy shot. Badaway taps it back to himself, comes up with a nice job by the youngster. Runs away from McCrory. That's some wheels by Talon Badaway. Hands it off. And the spinning shot by Tyler O'Brien. But it's grabbed by Schutzkowski. And McCrory will just shed his checker and get it ahead to Simons. Hard rip by Simons. It's in the net. He is put on his butt as he shoots, but no problem. It's like a quarterback looking up to see the touchdown landing in the end zone. .8:41 to go. 15-13. Oshawa has restored their two-goal lead. A little bit of a jump on the faceoff by Kyler Kilgore, and Oshawa gets possession. We are 4-on-4 in this Week 5 makeup game. The experimental 4-on-4 weekend. The final vestige of that. That was a snowy weekend. We had to replay this one because we couldn't. Oh, St. John to the net scores. He has not had much luck tonight, but that didn't take luck. That just was a bunch of skill. The drop step, the spin, and the tuck home. 16-13, 8:23 to go. Nolan tries to pull it out. It's going to be Vanderzam getting the ball. Nice job to get away from traffic. Pass to the far side. Oh, it's tipped away by Tompkinson, or Neufeld was sprung. Now they go to board. Tompkinson's trailing board across the floor to Nolan. His shot was tipped. It's going to go back to Oshawa, 20 on the shot clock. They're going to set things up now. Neufeld had been hanging out in the offensive zone waiting for transition, so Nolan stayed with him. Now it's 4-on-4 again in the offensive end. Tompkinson tried to cut through. Oh, board. I thought he'd made the pass on the pick and roll. He hadn't, and it led to a pretty nice scoring chance, but it was tipped by St. Catharines. Now they're going to have to shoot. They get one. Gilray, that's a nice pass by Gage Board. A pretty good shift there. Austin Patty has the ball. Play is blown back in. And St. Catharines, Isaac Vanderzom into the offensive zone. As Menzies with him, gets underneath for Tolley. Gets a shot off, but the ball never got through. It's grabbed there by Neufeld, who's everywhere on the floor for St. Catharines. I mean, tonight in specific, but generally I think that's the case. Seamus Shanahan muscles one off. Strocher comes up with it. A little forecheck pressure from Shanahan. Nice catch on the run by St. John. Got a man with him. They took away the lane to Laskowitz, so St. John shoots, but it's blocked. It's great 2-on-1 defense by Blake Dunford. He's having a game. St. John over to Simons. There's Laskowitz looking for someone to go to. He shoots. Patty thought it might have been behind him. Feels it, drops on it. St. Catharines ball. Nice little bounce pass by Dunford. Neufeld over to Badaway. Ducks underneath McCrory all the way to the net, scores! What a great play. That quick first step opens up a lane, and Badaway goes to the net. 16-14 with 6:24 to play in the third. And that's going to be the break. 6:22 to go. 16-14 Oshawa. We'll be back with more Arena Lacrosse League action from Children's Arena. All right, here back underway here in the second half of the third quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the Arena Lacrosse League. And we have a moving pick, or illegal pick, technically the term. And St. Catharines will get the ball. Saul Vanderzom runs over center, leaves it there for Menzies. Has a head of steam. Fakes the pass, now goes up. Penalty coming to Oshawa, so the goalie, Patty, has gone to the bench. 6 minutes to play in the third. Neufeld's directing traffic. It's a 5-on-4. The extra attacker out. Backdoor attempt by Menzies. Nice movement left to right by Schutzkowski to make the save. And St. Catharines, you can just leave that fifth guy out there now. You're going to the power play. So St. Catharines to the power play. They're going Shanahan at the top and Neufeld over the shooter spot. Shanahan gets it back, goes back to Neufeld, rips one. It's blocked. Here's a chance on the breakout board. Has Tompkinson with him. Gets it to Tompkinson, rips it. It's wide. Didn't touch anybody, but it's not going to be over back because it goes straight to Vanderzom. He's going to slow it down to get the offense out. That shot stopped by Schutzkowski. There's still 1:15 on the power play. Oh, and he's going to rip one the length of the floor. It touched the rafters, or it may have bounced down to Simons, and Neufeld will start with possession. Vanderzom sloughs off a check. Menzies across to Neufeld. Badaway down low up to Seamus Shanahan. It's Board and Nolan up top. Tompkinson down low with McCrory. And here's Board. He's got Nolan running with them this time. 2-on-1. Neufeld back. That was actually pretty good transition defense by Neufeld. The pass didn't quite connect with Nolan, and St. Catharines has it back. And Menzies going to sprint up into the offensive zone. Vanderzom calmly looks up at the time. Neufeld to Saul Vanderzom over on the far side, I think. Yeah, judging by the hair, it is. There's Neufeld. Hard rip by Menzies with the stop by Schutzkowski. Pressure on Klofer. But he gets the pass out. It was picked up, though, by Vanderzom. St. Catharines goes back to the man advantage. Now, it's 3 seconds left. I don't think they're going to shoot here. So Laskowitz comes out. They send the defender. And it's going to be 5-on-5 until the next stoppage. Badaway ducks through traffic behind the back to Shanahan. He catches it. Defender on his back is going to get called. Schutzkowski makes the stop, and it's going to be a check from illegal cross-check call on Oshawa. St. Catharines goes right back to the power play. Pass down from Neufeld. It's picked up off the boards by Vanderzom. What a save by Szuskowski. I thought he had some space, but Szuskowski threw the arm up. The double team forecheck pressure on McCrory. Oh, what a pass to get it ahead to Tompkinson, who runs over center. Penalty coming now to St. Catharines. About 180 feet away from the play. That will not make their coaches very happy. St. John at the top of the power play. Oh, not the power play, the 4-on-4, the normal for this weekend. Simons to Laskowitz. Dunford watching him. There's a switch on the pick and roll. Behind the back, St. John. That was a pretty good shot. Patty just got a hold of that one. I thought he was throwing that to somebody up the floor. He wasn't. He goes to Dunford nearby. It's a deceptive little pass from the goaltender. Menzies. He's got Shanahan with him. Neufeld on the far side. He's saying, hang on, let's get a fourth guy out. It's a third lefty in Talon Badaway. Neufeld feeds it through to Shanahan. What a finish. Great pick and roll. Lovely pass by Brian Neufeld. A nice finish by Shanahan. I think that's a dozen now for Neufeld in terms of points. O'Brien pulls it out. Kind of gets tangled up in McCrory and goes to the turf. So Oshawa looks like they're going to come away with it. No, Quinn Halligan's pressing, but they do get it. Gage Board with possession. 40 left on the 4-on-4 before we go to a short power play for St. Catharines. Here's St. John. Through traffic, ball is knocked away. It's loose, and Vanderzom trying to come up with it. He will track it down. He's got a trailer. O'Brien, he's going to the net. Oh, what a hustle, and goes hard twister. Complete switch, and he hands over. Oh, and here comes Patty for a hit. That's a penalty. Gilray would have had a shot at the net now. He may still, and he will bounce it in. Gilray converts his own delayed penalty with a nice little sidearm bouncer. So 1:48 to go here in the third quarter. It's 17-15 on that Oshawa goal by Gilray. And there's just 3 seconds left in the Oshawa penalty. Then they'll go to the 5-on-4 power play. And that has always been a penalty if the goalie runs out and blindsides a player. But since the Alex Bouquet hit on Carson Leung that ended Leung's career, they've really cracked down on it. Oshawa's only got 4 guys out. Where's their 5th guy? Josh Gilray going, staying, going. Now he's coming, and they score. They didn't need him. Laskowitz takes the pass from St. John, tucks it home, his 5th. And it's a power play marker with 11 seconds left in the St. Catharines penalty. That's 18-15, 1:20 to go in the third. Oshawa with another faceoff win, another loose ball by Tompkinson. Great job to avoid the overback. That would have been at that point an overback. He'd established it. Well, Simons with the chop on Vanderzom. They're going to have a chat. Illegal pick called on Vanderzom, who didn't appreciate the swat from Simons, gave him a push back, and because St. Catharines had taken possession, that becomes an illegal pick. They go back door to Board. Nobody covering him, but the stop by Austin Patty. The rebound bounces out to St. John, final minute of the third quarter. Simons. Gilray's going to vacate and just open up space. Vanderzom on him. Simons falls. Ball rolls loose, and Patty will get it. They're going to say an illegal push on St. Catharines, and another 30 for the Oshawa Outlaws as they get a fresh possession once again. Board watched by Halligan. St. John taking his time over to Gilray. Simon sets a pick for him. That one wide and almost made it all the way through the rafters. Would have been over and back anyway. And St. Catharines gets it. 27 to shoot. Penalty coming. Not the sharpest play. I think it was Alex Simons chopping at him. So St. Catharines will get the extra attacker out. 5-on-4. Neufeld's got it. 12 seconds. He's going to rip it. Scores. Neufeld goes sidearm, finds a hole. What a shot. Brian Neufeld. And that will tie the record of 14 points in an Arena Lacrosse League game. And we've got 10.6 seconds to go in the third quarter. I think he might get it. The slashing penalty is wiped out. And St. Catharines gets the extra attacker goal. And then kind of a funny face-off in Badaway. He gets a breakaway on his offside. And there's a spinning shot by O'Brien. And Shutkowski is just sitting in the ball. It's out. It's not in the net. So we get through 3 quarters of play as 18-16 Oshawa over St. Catharines. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the ALL at Children's Arena. Here we go. 15 minutes of 4-on-4 lacrosse to decide a winner. Oshawa up 18-16 on St. Catharines. And the Shockwave, the defending champs, will come away with the ball. They got to get over center. They're actually getting close on the 8-second count. They're not going to make it. Oh, they just get across, but the pass is thrown away. Here comes Tompkinson on the outlet from Shutkowski. He is bustling into the offensive zone. Passes across. Back to Laird. Oh, to Gilray. I mean, Gilray stepped in the crease. Tompkinson had his stick knocked away. Here comes Halligan. Saul Vanderzom to Neufeld. Unofficially right now tied for the all-time single-game high in Arena Lacrosse League play with 14 points. I believe it's 5 goals, 9 assists. Outlet pass to Nolan. 3-on-2 for Oshawa. 3-on-3. Nolan just rips it because nobody came to check him. And I think Steve McCarthy wants his team to change more assiduously, a little more zip on their changes. Here's St. Catharines. Neufeld. Sidearm shot blocked by McCrory. That's a push from behind by McCrory. Wasn't too hard, so it didn't seem super dangerous, but other than any possible risk, not the worst play. Just slow things down there, let yourself get set up instead of letting Neufeld get it. He rips one from his offside. It's going to be an over and back. And it'll be... Oh, no, I guess it went off of Shutkowski because they're saying it's a reset, no over and back. Neufeld's actually gone to the bench for a little bit of a breather. And here is Kilgore. That's an illegal pick on Shanahan as McCrory was shoved to the ground. Henry Archie will start with the ball, runs past Isaac Vanderzom. Oh, gets away from Laskowitz, gets away from St. John. Can Halligan get it? No, it's going to be Austin Patty. And now penalty coming right over by the bench area. It's Vanderzom who is, looks like he was getting tangled up with the Oshawa bench. Probably the tee. It could have been dead ball contact, depending on what the hand signal was. Oh, wow, 4 seconds in. And Gage Board has a power play goal for Oshawa. (19-16). A minute 58 into the fourth quarter. Oshawa pulls ahead. And one thing I tell you, looking to the benches. Wait, we'll get to that. Oshawa has it. Tompkinson driving to the net. Finds St. John off the bench. He'll try to duck under. Menzies, a pretty nice defensive play. Force him to step back up. Board. Thinking about the shot. Watched by Kilgore. Doesn't take it. Tompkinson hands off to Laskowitz. Board. Couple of fakes. Again, pretty good defense. Probably the best defensive game you'll have seen played by a team that gave up 18 goals through 3 quarters. Anyway, I was going to say, you look at the benches, and St. Catharines, all their guys standing up now, but a lot of time guys sitting. You can tell they're a little tucker. That's hard when you only have 11 runners. There's a pass to the cutter. Vanderzom, he misses the net. That's going to get up better play and knocks the clipboard right out of the hand of Clancy Almas. Clofer has St. John with him, passes it. It may have been tipped back to Clofer. Nice behind the back or around the world pass by St. John. Oh, it's a back. Oh, and there's St. John. Reverse whip. Board will get the rebound after the save by Patty Austin. Austin Patty. St. John gets it over to Board. Here's Simons. There's a one-timer. Great quick stick on the back door. At least the pass and getting the shot off, but the save by Patty. And then a nice outlet pass to Neufeld, who hands it off to Tyler O'Brien. And O'Brien could have had a moment of glory by being in on the record-setting goal. If he'd gotten it back to Neufeld, didn't get through, though, or if he'd scored and got Neufeld an assist. Here comes Oshawa. Board takes it from Strocher. Simons quickly to Gilray. He'll go up top to St. John. It gives it back to him. Skip pass gets through. Board, step back shot. Did it touch anything? It did not, so it goes out of play and it's St. Catharines' ball. Here's Neufeld. Man coming off the bench is Menzies. Good job by Patrick McCrory to race back and take away that option. Hard rip by Menzies, stopped by Schutzkowski and pounces on the rebound. Sidearm pass from his knee, from one knee to Tompkinson. It's 3-on-1. St. John to Tompkinson. Oh, illegal pick. That's a tough way to give up a 3-on-1. Halligan looking for somebody off the bench. Finds Menzies. He's looking for some help. Gives it to Shanahan. Comes over to Neufeld. St. Catharines needs their fourth runner. And Saul Vanderzom has to run from the defensive end of the bench up to the front door and get out to join them. Nice save by Schutzkowski. Just gets the shoulder on the Neufeld shot. Archie trucking into the offensive zone. St. John's pointing to the last man off the bench. Board. Now he wants the ball, but they'll leave it there for Laskowitz. Finds Board. Hard over to St. John. Behind the back pass, caught by Gilray. Behind the back shot, stopped by Patty. Oh, Laskowitz. Somehow stopped by Austin Patty. Oh, Patty Austin. No, it is Austin Patty. I'm just going to flip them back and forth intermittently. St. John trying to fight through the traffic and then passes it to Board and it just rolls off the end of his stick. Kilgore steps across center. Apologies to Austin Patty for not seeming to be able to manage which is your first and which is your last name. And through the crease, then taking the pass is Badaway. And that's going to be a delay game as Badaway rolled it away. There's pretty much a zero tolerance. So it's 7 minutes, a minor and a major, and the game for Badaway. Power play for Oshawa for 7 minutes with 9 to play. So St. Catharines down by 3 in a tricky spot as they go for the breakout. Nice pass onto the crease, but it gets away from Vanderzom, from Isaac on the pass by Saul. And the tricky thing for St. Catharines, Badaway's gone. That cuts one guy down. The player has to go serve the penalty for 7 minutes. So that gives them another man down. It's like a double whammy. Laskowitz with the laser from the outside. He's got a mitt full, and it's 20-16. The power play goal wipes out the minor penalty, so now it's a 5-minute major remaining. And either way, the player has to serve the full 7 minutes, which is really tough on St. Catharines. Oshawa on the power play. Again, they're up 5-on-4 as you add the player on the power play. Hard shot by Simons. Bounces off of Patty. Comes right back to him. Backdoor attempt by Board. He's stopped by Patty. Great couple of saves. Shanahan comes up with it. Out there killing penalties. He's got some pressure. He's just going to try to wing it the length of the floor, and he maybe courting a suspension by whipping that ball inadvertently at Commissioner Paul St. John in the penalty box. He's having a good laugh about it, but that one got away from Shanny. Here's a chance for Gilray down low. Goes backdoor to Board. They're going to take their time, look for a shot they really like with lots of time on the shot clock. There's Board right in front. The bouncer goes a little bit wide, but Gilray grabs it before Patty can. 15 on the shot clock. There's St. John. Behind the net to Gilray. Hits the cutter. St. John has it. Tries to whip it out front, but it's knocked down by Kilgore and grabbed by Saul Vanderzom. He's having a pretty solid game here. Finds Neufeld coming off the bench. St. John is down the floor, so it's a 3-on. Wait. St. Catharines has to get another guy on the floor. They're just going to Honestly, I'm not sure what they're doing here. Okay, now they've got a couple guys back. So Oshawa's got 2 guys in the offensive zone. And you can't leave Paul St. John and Luke Laskowitz. So it's a 2-on-3. And a shot by Menzies, who looks like he's pulled his groin. And there goes another Shockwave player. Wow, the ills are mounting for St. Catharines. And he is slowly getting to the bench as he can barely walk. Laskowitz to St. John behind the back. That one's wide. 15 still on the shot clock. Laskowitz gets it back. Hard rip by Simons is stopped. St. John grabs it. Battle for the ball, and it's going to be Quinn Halligan coming up with it. He had Isaac Vanderzam ahead of him, and that one just got away from him. Here comes Oshawa. 4-on-2 behind the back to Gilray. Simons tries to reach for that loose ball. It's going to be Laskowitz coming up with it. 2:48 left on the major. 20-16 Oshawa. 6:20 to play here in the fourth. Oh, what I would give to be able to shoot like Luke Laskowitz. What a rip. Box score will be up. It's basically going live as Paul St. John is scoring it. So we'll pretty quickly we'll know at the end how many Laskowitz wound up with, how many Neufeld wound up with, and of course how many of the teams wind up with. Right now it's looking good for Oshawa. They lead 21-16. They can get one more on this major with 2.5 to go on it, and 6 minutes and 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. St. John taking his time setting up. Skip pass to Laskowitz. Saved by Austin Patty. Gets up out of play, and that'll be the media timeout, the last of the game. It is 21-16 with 5:55 to play. I'm Steven Stamp. It's ALL action at Children's Arena. 2:20 left in the major. Oshawa still up on the 5-on-4. St. John behind the back to Board. Goes back to St. John. Finds Laskowitz. Don't give him much room. Board. St. John. Backdoor pass. Oh, what a stop. Tompkinson can't believe it. Great save by Austin Patty. He's played this second half, and boy, he's made some lovely stops. Simons backpedals up to Laskowitz. Down to Tompkinson. St. John's shot is wide, and it's going to go out for him back. Shanahan to Vanderzam. Oh, and the pass just gets away from Menzies. Swallowed up. Here comes Strocher on the run. Sorry, Clofer. Hands over to Laskowitz. 1.5 left on the major. One more goal that the Outlaws can score, and they're up by 5 with 5 minutes to play. Gilray is taking his time over to St. John. Oh, beautiful pass. Great tap home. Power play goal. Josh Gilray, 22-16. 4:48 to play. Okay, so 4:47 to go. There's 1:12 left on the major, and Oshawa's still got 5 guys there. I thought that would have balanced it out. Oh, what a shot, though. Short-handed goal by Kyler Kilgore. What a beauty. That was on Matt Bowman, who has come into the net for Oshawa. Backup getting a chance to play. .439 to play. It's back to a 5-goal lead. Oshawa still has the man advantage. Neufeld's just run over. Laird had his stick wrapped around him and lost it. They're just having a bit of a chuckle about it, I think, up at center floor. Well, maybe not. Oshawa going back to the attack. Laskowitz with the ball. Kind of a slow motion power play being run here by Oshawa. Behind the back to Board. Hard shot stopped. It comes straight back out to him. There's Simons with a shot. Another save by Austin Patty. Board hustled in to try and get the loose ball. Gilray steps in the crease as he grabbed it as it was bouncing around, and St. Catharines gets possession. Some pressure on Blake Dunford, but he calmly hangs on to it. 10 left on the penalty. There's 1 second more on the shot clock, so they can kill the rest of this. St. Catharines getting a defender out. The penalty expires. The shot clock expires. Did they get it? They did. What a job by Menzies at the last moment to get a shot off. It bounces off Matty Bowman and up out of play. It's a fresh 30 for St. Catharines, and they are back. Now, they should be 5-on-5 still. They are. Because there hasn't been a hard stop. There's Menzies with it. You people who don't like the 4-on-4, here's your chance for some 5-on-5. Ball pops loose. Menzies gets it back. Finds Tyler O'Brien. Goes to the net. Nolan kind of lands on him as he goes. It's a crease violation. Here comes Oshawa. 3-on-1. 3-on-2 now. Pass across. Back to Board. The trailer. He scores. Great passing play by St. John, Vertoli, and Board. That's an even strength goal to make it 23-17 with 3:06 to play. Pulled out by O'Brien. He's going after it. Gets his own loose ball, but his immediate double team somehow gets to Zal Vanderzom. Nice job by O'Brien. And then Vanderzom swooping in to grab the ball. Passes it back to O'Brien. He is de-sticked by Connor Laird. Gets it back and goes to fight for it, and it's picked up by Halligan or by Shanahan, and it just drifts away from him. Here's Tompkinson on the run. St. John's the first guy off the bench, but St. Catharines is back, doing a pretty good job in defensive transition. Simons, watched by Halligan. Laskowitz. We've seen this from Oshawa before where they have a lead late in the game and they don't really press too much. They're trying to be respectful. Take their time. Smart lacrosse. Just let the clock tick away. Long 30s. Long possessions. I guess a 30 is always 30. There's Vanderzom driving to the net. Some D on him, and Clofer gets the ball, passes it out. Strocher's on the run. He's got a trailer in Nolan. Nice job getting to his side. Back to Nolan. Laskowitz, the man off the bench, is the dangerous one. Told you. I think that's 8 now for Luke Laskowitz. With 1:59 to play, it's 24-17, Oshawa. Archie comes up with the ball, stays on the right side of center. Drives to the net, shoots, saved by Austin Patty. And if you're wondering why he had to worry about center, it's because he'd had the ball long enough. There was enough time that he probably would have been called for over and back on that one, but he did a good job, got the shot. But St. Catharines comes away with possession. How many has Neufeld got now? We noted when he hit 14. They've kind of held him in check since then, held the whole St. Catharines team in check since then. That pass doesn't connect. Outlet pass. Thrown ahead to Nolan. He runs onto it. Trailing Shanahan off the post. He'll be picked up by Kilgore. Neufeld has it. Oshawa wanted a penalty as Laird's face mask kind of got pushed up on the back of his head with a bit of a contact to the chin. He'll demonstrate what happened to the officials who say, yes, continue. 1 minute to play. Oshawa has the ball. John St. John will just pass it to Board. You can hear the Oshawa players or coach of the bench yelling, just hold it. I don't think they're going to shoot again. It's 24-17. Again, go to arenalacrosseleague.ca. Check out the box score. I don't know exactly how many points Brian Neufeld and Luke Laskowitz wound up with respectively, but check it out. It will be there, and it was quite a game for both of those men. Obviously, Laskowitz a little happier about it because it led to a win. I'll tell you, a pretty game effort by the St. Catharines Shockwave. Shorthanded roster tonight. They just kept working, but Oshawa just eventually pulled away. Looks like they'll win by a touchdown. 20 seconds to play. Neufeld has it. Passes it through. Nice play to Vanderzom. What a goal. That's a beauty. One more for the Shockwave. .13 seconds left. The ball is ripped out and Gage Board. He's going to have to get the ball over center to avoid the time count. And he actually doesn't really care a whole lot. They're telling him to get over. He's just going to... Yeah, they're just going to let that one tick down. And the game will end. The final score, the Oshawa Outlaws 24, the St. Catharines Shockwave 18. So if you had the over on the over-under of 40 goals, you win. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action at Children's Arena. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Here's a Silax guy, I think he played for the